Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first live stream with our academic advisors for summer 2018. My name is Meg Austin. I am one of the academic advisors here for the Center for Advising Career and Student Success at CSUMB. I advise for the majors in the School of Natural Sciences. Welcome to everyone who's watching. We have awesome academic advisors here with us today to help answer your burning questions. I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce themselves.
Thank you. Thank you, Meg. My name is Jessica Herrera. I am an academic advisor for computer science, communication design, math, and some other ones on the side.
Thank you, Meg. Hi, my name is Chrissy Lofgren, and I advise for psychology and undeclared.
All right, so today we're just here to answer general questions that you all have about starting at CSUMB, getting familiar with tools to help you get registered for classes, questions about the catalog, policies, your major. We can help answer your questions or help direct you to the right place. These live streams are not meant to be major specific, so we'll hopefully be able to answer everyone's questions who tunes in today. And if you would like to watch these live streams later, they will be on our YouTube page for you to enjoy. If you cannot see them live, then you're welcome to watch them there. And we have a chat box on the right-hand side. You should be seeing it to the right of your YouTube video to be able to submit your questions so we can answer them in real time for you. If you don't see that chat box, you will need to create a YouTube channel to be able to submit questions, and it's a very easy two-step process. You just click on your icon on the top right-hand corner of the YouTube page, sign in if you have not signed in already, and then click Create Channel, and that is it. So we also, let's see here, also a lot of the topics we'll be discussing today are linked in the comments below the YouTube video. So we'll be referencing a lot of those links today, so feel free to check those out. Okay, so while we wait, okay, we have a couple questions coming in already. I'm gonna actually it's just one so far, so I'm gonna wait until we get a couple more. Maybe let Jessica and Chrissy talk to you about some great web tools on our website while we wait for more questions to stream in.
Excellent.
Thank you, Meg. So before we start sharing, it might be good to talk a little bit about what we do as academic advisors.
That's a great idea.
Really good.
So,
especially if you're coming from high school.
Yes.
We are not guidance counselors, so that is actually really good.
Yeah.
Good point.
So at our school, we have a lot of different departments on campus that'll help you out with different things that you need. Our office specifically will cover academic advising. So your academic advisor will go over requirements that you need to graduate. If you have questions about courses, we're happy to help you. Our main thing that we do is learning plans. These can be online or they can be kind of like a paper format where we will go over all your requirements and kind of plan everything out for a 2-year or 4-year based on if you're a transfer student or a freshman. And our main goal is just to make sure you meet all the requirements you need to graduate and as quickly and painlessly as possible. So it's definitely a good idea to meet with your advisor early. We'll start sharing information about your majors pretty soon if we haven't already. And then once you're officially registered as a student, you can make your appointment with us either over the summer or definitely in the fall semester. You want to meet with us your first semester here so you can get all the information about the classes that you need.
It's actually helpful to meet with us too after you've registered for your classes, because that way we know exactly what you're in and we're not guessing. The other thing, like Jessica mentioned, we're here for policy and procedure. It's great if you know somebody that goes here or to talk to your friends. But anytime you have a question about, hey, should I take this class? Or, well, my friend told me my sister's best friend's neighbor took this class. That's great. But everybody has different catalogs and our majors change. So you need to make sure that you're being advised to your catalog, which is, it's great to talk to people, but always make sure that you check in with your advisor because you know that you're going to get the correct policy and procedure for your catalog.
Yeah, we're actually going to show you your catalog today. So if
Speaking
you
of catalog, how is that for a lead-in?
Yeah, definitely. So let's do it. So I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, I love it. Let's talk about the catalog. Then we also have a few more questions coming in. So maybe we'll talk about the catalog, then move over to some questions.
Cool. Okay, so right now we're on the CSUMB main website. If you see on the top, there's a dashboard. Always log into your dashboard. And that's where you have your email address and everything. And we'll show you that in a little bit. But we're going to go down to the bottom. This is a quick, easy way to find the catalog. There's a bunch of helpful tools and links here. So we're going to look at the catalog first. And right now you'll see that the catalog for 2018-2019 is actually live. That's your catalog. It's the catalog year when you start here at CSUMB. So this is going to be yours. Every year we get a brand new catalog. So once the year is over, catalog archive will be where you can find your old catalog. So it's definitely important to keep an eye on that because you want to make sure you're in the correct catalog.
So let's look at a brand new bio major.
Oh, let's do it.
Why not? Something out of our realm.
Okay, so you can find a bunch of helpful information in the catalog. There's policy procedures. If you have questions about grades, registration, graduation, financial aid is in here, general information about our university, your rights and responsibilities as students, everything is here. But we're going to look under academic programs. We are an undergraduate, and you'll see listed here. On the left-hand side, there's university requirements, general education, language, and we'll talk a little bit about those in a few minutes, but we're going to go over different majors. So you can find your major here. We also have all our minors listed, so if you're interested in a minor, you can always take a look at what the requirements are for those minors. We're going to start with biology. So you'll see a quick kind of breakdown of the major, some things that they want you to know about the different areas that they have or any kind of information you need to know about the program before you get started.
How do I know what classes to take?
Good question. So if you scroll a little further, you'll see required courses. There's some information about AST certified. So if you have received your AST from your community college, you can get some information about those there. Standard requirements about general education and university. And then if you scroll down, you'll see a list of all the requirements that you're supposed to complete in your major. This is specific to each major. It's only talking about major requirements, not necessarily general education. So you want to make sure you keep an eye out for those as well. But you'll see everything that you need. Complete all of the following, complete one of the following.
This is why it's a really good idea to meet with your advisor, because sometimes it's a lot of information. It can be confusing. One of the questions we get a lot, I'll just use psychology as an example. Hey, I took an upper division writing class at my community college, or hey, I took developmental psychology at my community college, and that's great. But when you get it to CSUMB, we have our own set of requirements, and anything that's numbered 300 and above is all junior level. So for all of our junior transfer students, most of the classes you'll be in will be 300 and 400 level. And if you have taken something at the community college, check with your advisor. But for the most part, we have upper division requirements that you'll be taking here now. Mm-hmm. So for freshmen, I know that's a lot more information than they need, mm-hmm. but you have access to everything you need right here, as well as your academic advisor. So just make sure that you know how to get to your catalog, because this is basically your map to graduation.
Yeah, we do have some course pathways also listed. So if you're kind of curious, like, what is my academic plan going to look like? This will give you a good place to start. It's broken down by concentration here for biology. So let's say you're a molecular biology student and you're a transfer. It'll give you a pathway. There's a lot of fine print, so make sure you kind of check that out and also talk to your advisor about it. But it'll give you a typical idea of what we think students should be taking in their fall semester if you start in fall. This is what it would look like. Of course, this is going to be different for a lot of different people, depending on the classes that you've taken so far. If you're transferring in with a lot of courses, this might be different. So again, that's why it's really important to check in with your advisor if you have any questions about the requirements that you transferred in with and what the pathway will look like. But this is just a good kind of place to start so you can see what to expect.
Excellent. Hit us with a question.
Yep. Thank you both for that. We have loads of questions now.
Okay.
So first question, I'll just answer really quick from a student who's asking, when do we apply for loans? And so to that student who asked that question, I am going to direct you to financial aid. You can go on our website, csumb.edu/financial aid, and see the contact information for the financial aid office. We're also going to be offering a live stream with a representative from financial aid at the end of this week, and I'll give those dates to at the end of this live stream. But you may want to check in with them before then. And then a student, Thomas, is wondering, is that a real chicken?
Yes, this is Maddie, a real chicken. No, this is a gift from one of my psych students. So
she has lots of chickens.
I have lots of stuffed animals for live streams. But thank you for asking, Tomas.
Yes. Okay. So Ashley is asking, I will not be able to attend the June orientation. What are my options?
So not to worry if you're not able to attend orientation. Your advisor is going to be sending out a lot of information about classes to take and how to register for your classes. We also have a lot of really helpful videos on our website, which we will show you in a little bit. So if you don't go to orientation, it's totally okay. You'll miss out on some information, but most of it will be available to you online. So you just might have to dig a little more or look a little more for yourself. Or registration, when you actually are able to get into your classes, will be a little later, which again is okay. You should still be able to have some options for your first semester. And again, your advisor will send you out information for the classes to take and some options.
This is a good leeway to say also, make sure once your CSUMB email is active, make sure you're checking your CSUMB email. For right now, we'll be lenient with answering your personal emails. But once you are a matriculated student, technically, we're only supposed to be talking to you through your CSUMB email account for FERPA reasons, for privacy reasons. So make sure that you know how to get to it on your dashboard. I think we're going to show you here in a little bit how to access it. But everybody should have a CSUMB email account. If you don't, then we should talk about that. But it might not quite be set up yet, but it should be this week. But you definitely want to check your email. It's the official form of communication of the campus. And that's how we're going to communicate to you. So make sure you're checking it.
Yep. And if you have questions that you feel like have not been answered by emails or won't be answered in the next couple weeks, always feel free to reach out to your academic advisor. We're going to be sending, showing you how to find your academic advisor's contact information. So if you don't have it already, we'll show you exactly how to find it too.
Excellent.
Love it. Okay. Next question from Kristen. I have transfer credits that do not seem to be applying to lateral classes at CSUMB. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, definitely. So unfortunately, our system doesn't always pick up all the transfer classes that you've taken at your community colleges. So what you'll have to do is when you're here and you're settled into your classes, your academic advisor may have to put in some substitutions for you, which say that you've taken an equivalent to that class. That happens a lot for transfer students. So if that's the case with you, don't worry about it. You'll just have to check in with your advisor. We'll put in substitutions. You may need permission codes to get into the classes because the system isn't recognizing that you've taken those courses. But again, it's a quick fix, and we'll hopefully get you set up with that before you register for your classes.
Excellent.
So if you see that on your transfer credit report, which we'll show you in one of the later live streams, not today, but if you see that on your transfer credit report, make sure you reach out to your advisor.
It depends on what it is. Sometimes math comes over funny. I know for my students, research methods sometimes doesn't articulate over. Stuff like that. So as long as it's a lower division class that your question is about, it can be, we can take a look at it.
Yeah, and if you think that you've taken a class that meets the equivalent, but you're not sure, the more information you can give us about those classes, the better. So if you have the course syllabus or at least the course description, that's always helpful to include so we can make sure that it is a class that we can accept for those requirements.
Good questions.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Next up from Aurora, do we register for classes on orientation day?
Great question.
Excellent question. Not anymore.
Yeah, you will not be registering for courses at orientation. This is really a chance to get all the information that you need. So after orientation, you're able to go home in the comfort of your own computer.
No stress.
No stress, and you'll be able to register at home. It's really great to get your questions answered at orientation. So that's what that is all about. You'll have some time to meet with your academic advisor. And there's a really great opportunity to get all your questions answered before you register.
So if you're a transfer student, you will register on the 13th, attending orientation. If you are a freshman attending orientation, you will register on the 20th. And if you are a freshman or a transfer student who has not attended orientation, then you will register on the 22nd.
Yeah. So again, not to worry if you're registering on that later date. There'll be class options for you to take, and your advisor will be able to kind of help you out if you have questions about what courses to take.
Good questions.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
So far, ladies.
Awesome.
Next question up from Hannah. Can I change my major at orientation?
So technically, you cannot change your major at orientation, but you can attend the advising session of the major that you're interested in. So when you first get to orientation and you're checking in, make sure you let whoever's checking you in know that you're interested in a different major. They will set you up with an orientation leader, which are students here at CSUMB, and they will make sure that you go into the right rooms with the advisors of the new major that you're interested in. In the meantime, you can contact that advisor for the new major that you're interested in, so we can add you to our mailing list. And once you're actually officially matriculated, we can change your major for you online.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Okay. Next question from Sarina. Can I send over my transcripts from my community college now, or is there a specific time?
You actually, as long as they're official and all of your grades are in, you can send them in. I know that there's a deadline for transcripts that admissions has sent out to you in an email. So if they need them now, yes. But if they're not your final ones and like you're still in taking finals right now, you can wait until your final grades have posted. But again, make sure you pay attention to the emails from admissions because they have very specific dates when they need those transcripts.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We're all on the same page. Yes.
We concur.
Excellent.
Okay, next question from Kristen again. How do we add a minor?
Meet with your academic advisor. Depending on what it is, we can, we'll show you who the contact information is. Jessica and I were talking about that earlier. Jessica was. You technically go to the advisor that does the minor, depending on the minor.
Yep. So we're going to show you how to find the advisor information now, since we're getting a lot of questions about that.
Excellent.
So we're on the catalog page again. There's a couple different ways to reach the academic advisor page, but if you just go to advising in the search bar,
Yay.
Center for Advising Career and Student Success, that's where we live. You'll see a lot of helpful information. So how advising works, guides and tools, career advising. So our career advisors are actually in our office as well. So you can meet with career advisors to talk about resumes, jobs on campus, internships, anything that has to do with career. You can always meet with our career advisors.
And you should.
And you definitely should do that. Center for Student Success. So we have some great success advisors that are here to help you out if you're struggling in your courses. If you feel like you need a little help with like time management or what other things? Reading.
Test anxiety. How to better prepare. Financial workshop 101.
Yes, they will host a bunch of different workshops. Thank you. For you to learn that information. You can also meet with them one-on-one if you want a little more guidance in that way. And let's go to meet the staff.
We complete each other's sentences anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So if you see here, meet the staff, who is my advisor? You'll see all the different advisors. Our pictures hopefully should be posted there. Our contact information, email, phone number, where we're located. And the advising, the major that we advise for is always listed down below. And
this should be updated. I think everybody is in there as of now. But if you have any questions, you can always call the front desk too and talk to one of our front desk peeps and they can help you out.
Yep.
But everything should be up to date as of now. Yep. Esmeralda, where's your picture? I'm going to put one up there for...
Yeah, we need to update. So you'll see all of us listed
there.
Jesus, picture,
Carrie, we're shaming you publicly.
So all of our student success advisors, our career advisors, everybody is listed here. There's Priscilla. So you can take a look and see who you need to meet with. Whoever or whatever majors they're set up for, that's usually the minors that they advise for as well.
So if I want a minor in computer science, who do I go to?
You would go to me.
Yay! Yes. Oh, there you are.
There I am.
I mean, I can barely see you in that picture.
It's such a cool picture.
I can barely see you. Okay.
Yeah, so you can always find our information there if you have any questions about that.
Give us another hard question.
Well, this is a good one. From Aurora, if transfer students get priority registration, why are some classes full?
So our continuing students that are already here have registered already. So that's why a lot of the classes have students already in them. New students register a little later because you aren't officially here yet. So you'll register a little later, but not to worry, because next semester when you register for the spring, you'll be one of our continuing students, so you'll register with everybody else.
Yeah, they registered back in April, so that's why.
Yeah. So, but there's still options, and if you're worried about that, again, your advisor will give you all the information that you need so you can pick out some classes that'll actually count for graduation requirements.
Perfect. Okay. So here's a question from Arnulfo, and I think I'm going to be directing him to financial aid again, but feel free to add anything to this question if you feel so inclined. Can you apply for the Board of Governors fee waiver?
No. Not here. So the BOG waiver, Board of Governors waiver, is something that they do at the community college. But again, yes, Meg, financial aid, talk to them. Because we do have Cal grants and Pell grants. And if you applied for the FAFSA, then you should automatically, if you're eligible for those, you should have those ready for you. So definitely check in with financial aid. They know their stuff over there. We're not going to get into their business because it's way over our head. So definitely check in with a financial aid counselor about that. But BOG waivers are something that they do at the community college.
Yes.
All righty. Thank you, Chrissy.
Well, we're on it.
Next question from Aurora again. Is the first year seminar course the same as capstone seminar?
Definitely not. So first year seminar is for freshmen only. So if you're coming in as a first time student, this is a class to really help acclimate you to college. It's a lot different than high school. So we really just want to make sure that you're set up right. All freshmen should be taking it their first semester, if not their second semester, definitely in their first year. So that is for freshmen. Capstone is actually the opposite. So you're taking that your last semester usually. It's kind of like a culmination of everything that you've learned in your major. Usually there's like a project that you do or some kind of research. So they're on the different sides of the spectrum there. But yeah, great question.
Good question.
Okay. Next question from Ashley. Are course pathways set for all majors?
So there is a course pathway for every major in the catalog, but that's not necessarily the pathway that you are going to follow specifically. Like we mentioned, that's like in a perfect world, this is what it would look like to graduate and, you know, however long you're going to be here. But things change. You might have different requirements completed. So you're going to get your own specific pathway or learning plan, and that will get set up for you after you've registered for your first semester.
Because keep in mind, some of the freshmen that are coming in probably might have AP credit, and you might not even know what you scored on it yet because you don't have your scores. So if you took, you know, AP Psych, well, you're not going to need D1. You're not going to need several things. If you took AP Math or if you took AP Bio, if you did AP Language, so there's a lot of different scenarios that can go into those course pathways. It's a very general one, like Jessica said, but it's not a cookie cutter one, and everybody is different. So everybody's will look a little bit different.
Great place to look though and to start.
Yes, it's a great tool to guide you, but come see us. Also, I have candy. I have candy in my office. So.
All right, lovely. Okay. Next question from Kristen. Do we still need to pay the $100 fee for orientation even if we are not able to attend?
No, definitely not. I mean, if you're not going to go, you don't want to pay for something.
Save your money.
Yeah, so.
Thank you. Okay, from the Rio 70, will we get more information at orientation for what classes to take? Also, if it's known, when will we be assigned housing? I haven't been located into a place yet. Should I be concerned?
No, check your dashboard for housing or contact Res Life, but I don't believe that they have assigned any of that yet because you're not moving in until the end of August or right before school starts. So, and as far as classes to take, depending if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior transfer, you will be getting emails from your academic advisor, like Jessica said. And we're going to probably send out another one this week. But yes, orientation is a great place that if you have any questions whatsoever, we're going to go through quickly some classes that you can take. But you should already have all of this information coming in an email from your advisor.
Yeah,
so make sure, check your spam too.
Yeah, definitely within the next week. If you haven't received anything yet, you'll be getting information about classes to take. So just keep an eye on that email.
Kristen says, thank you for all the help.
You're welcome.
And Sarina is asking, what ways can we log on to our CSUMB email?
Yeah, so
excellent.
Let's go ahead and show you, Serena. So we're going to go back to our website here. So again, like I said, the dashboard is kind of like your place to register. I'm already logged in, but normally you'll type in your Otter ID and your password. It has a bunch of different things you have to like register. So make sure you know what your password is because you're going to need it for Wi-Fi and everything here. But you'll see there's a bunch of helpful links here, and you can actually kind of tailor this. If you click this little drop-down arrow, there's an edit button. So you can always like add things on and delete things. But the main one, number one, is your email right here. So if you click on this link, it'll bring you to like a Google authorization. So you just make sure you know the policies and thing. Our email is set up through Google. So you'll have a Gmail set up. And all of your classes or all of your emails will be there. So this is like an easy way. Hook it up to your phone so you can check it, you know, whenever you're on the go. This is our main form of communication, like Chrissy mentioned. So once you have access, you might not have access to it just yet. Some of the students' emails, but any day now. Any day.
Once you're matriculated, they start trickling in. So. Yeah.
And make sure, since we're on the topic of email, make sure when you are sending emails that you're, you know, treating them like a professional email. You're using a greeting, you're signing off with your name and your student ID number. It's really important that we know who we're talking to. Make sure when you're like, if you relabel it or something, you always leave your name in there so we know who we're talking to. But,
yo, what classes should I take?
Yeah, we want to make sure we're addressing the person that you're emailing, and also, again, that you're leaving your name there. Just like a professional email you would write to an employer or something else.
Yeah. And we get hundreds of emails in here. So be patient too. Please be patient because on any day we can easily get 100 emails, especially during this time.
Yeah. And that goes for everybody on campus. Yeah. Everybody has a lot of students we're working with. So you just want to make sure you're patient. We also have some other things. We have Google Drive. So it's a great place to like put your different, documents that you have. You have the calendar, so you can check in with that. All kinds of different helpful things. iLearn is our learning database where you'll do a lot of your classwork and submit things, so you can always take a look at that. What else? A lot of helpful information on this page.
The food truck is closed today. That's not good.
Yeah, all the information about events coming up on campus will always be on your dashboard. And also, if you have anything kind of up and coming for like admissions and things like that, it should be on your dashboard as well.
Yep. Excellent. Give us another hard question.
Thank you very much. Okay. Seth would like to know, when can I contact TRIO and what are the requirements to be accepted? I was in TRIO at my community college.
So for EOP, I know you have to do that before you get here, but I would definitely go onto our website.
Yeah.
And type in TRIO.
I was going to say that.
The SSS Student Support System has an application online, and you can do it from there.
Yeah, I have the website pulled up right now. It's just csumb.edu/TRIO, and it's a really informative website, very easy to read.
Excellent program.
Yep, so apply for fall 2018. It's right there on their first page. They should be at orientation also. So if you're attending orientation, we have a resource fair that usually they'll have tables set up, and you can always stop and talk with them when you're there.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Karen would like to know, how do I find out what a class is about, and how will I know what days and times to meet for that class?
Oh, great question, Karen. So let's go ahead and share our screen again.
You're really good at this.
You know I try.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are back on our website. If you scroll down to the bottom, the place you want to look, Karen, is our class schedule. So click on the class schedule. It'll have the most current schedule up there. So right now, fall 2018 is up. You can search for classes a lot of different ways, either by subject or if you're looking for a certain requirement. We haven't really talked about general education, but our university requirements / general education are listed on the right-hand side, so you can search that way.
Let's look at an art class.
Oh, sure. So our art is actually VPA, which is Visual Performing Public Art. Oh,
let's
you're
look
talking
at
about
C1.
C1.
Yeah, let's look
Okay.
at C1.
So if you are a freshman and you need a C1 class or you're a transfer student, you can click on the GE requirement C1 Arts. And you will see here all the classes that meet this general education requirement are going to be listed here.
Oh, let's take the horror and film.
Okay, so you'll see the course numbering here. There's section numbers. So the section numbers only mean that there's multiple sections of this class, so it's going to be taught at different times, maybe different professors. So you want to keep an eye on the section number so you know what section you're adding. This number here is the course number, and you use this to add it to your shopping cart. We do have a video on how to do that, so we'll show you that in a little bit. It'll tell you how many units are that class will count for, how many seats are available as a first number out of 125, the day and time that the class is going to be offered, and you'll also see the location of the course. If there is an instructor assigned, it'll be listed there, and then again, if it counts for a GE requirement, it'll be listed at the very end. So let's say you want to know more information about the class, like Karen said. Click on any class, and it'll give you all the information again, but it'll also give you a course description here. So you'll have a general kind of idea of what the class will be about. You can see, scroll down a little more, there's more information, how to register. If you need any textbooks for the class, you can actually click there and they should be linked. And then again, if the instructor is listed, you can click there and it'll have all their information.
Excellent. And keep in mind when we do start registering, so after the 13th or on the 13th, this schedule is about an hour behind the schedule that you have in Oasis, which we haven't gone over Oasis yet, but Oasis is the system that you're going to be registering in, and we're going to go over that in another live stream. So just keep in mind that maybe there's 3 seats left when you go to register for it, according to this live schedule. It's about an hour behind.
So you can also search by subject if you're looking for psychology classes. You can see all the different classes. This is a good example of Psych 200. There's multiple sections. So sometimes we have like section 1, there might be a lab attached to it. So usually if there's a lab, you have to take it with the course. Sometimes the numbers kind of match up and sometimes they're a little different. So you want to check in with your advisor about that. But you'll see Psych 200 has multiple sections and they're offered at different times. The professors might be different, so you always want to pay attention to that.
Excellent question. Thank you, Karen.
We have some more questions flooding in. Let's get to the next one.
Flooding in.
Perfect.
Ashley is wondering, which I'm not sure if we'll be able to help answer this, but have the meal plans cost posted yet?
I believe actually that you can find that on the website. If you
housing on the Res Life.
Yes, I believe the costs are on there because they have different types of plans that you can buy.
Right. And also, we are getting some questions about housing and financial aid. We are doing a live stream on Friday with representatives from financial aid and the housing office. Friday, June 1st at 2 o'clock.
They are the experts in that area.
Oh yeah.
So feel free to tune in for that live stream and submit your questions for them there as well. Seth is wondering, does CSUMB have an app?
Our website is set up to work on a mobile phone, so it's not an app you can download, but you can always access the website online, and it's pretty app friendly. So
I can use it, so it has to be app friendly. Yes.
Yeah, we do have like apps on campus. Like there's an app you can order food. And have it ready for you. Yeah, so there's apps for the campus, but our own campus does not have an official app, but it's user-friendly.
Good questions.
Yeah.
I'll have a sandwich, please.
There's also lots of Instagram pages and Facebook. There's lots of pages that clubs create on campus that you can follow. CSUMB has their own Instagram.
On social media.
Yes, we are. Yeah. It should be a class of 2022 page. Am I right on that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Karen is wondering, I have my own car, but do I need to pay for parking?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
If you're going to be on campus, you must have a permit. Otherwise, they will give you a lovely ticket.
Parking services.
Yes, parking services will. And you know what? Sometimes it's a lot easier to walk around to classes or bike if you have a bike, because parking can be hard sometimes, and a lot of times it's easier to just walk around campus and or bike.
Or we have, if you're living on East Campus, we have a shuttle that goes from East Campus to main campus. I think they run every 20 minutes or something. So if you're living on East Campus, sometimes it's a little easier to ride the shuttle. It's free. You'll get a, with your student ID card, you can ride the MST, which is our public transportation, and you can ride it anywhere in Monterey. So I would definitely utilize that because parking can be tough and you might be hiking a little bit to get to your classes. So you always want to make sure you plan ahead too, because we've had so many students that like have an appointment and, you know, they can't find parking, which is totally understandable. But you know, we have our schedule here too, so you want to just make sure that you're planning for that, and you give yourself plenty of time to find parking if you are parking on campus.
Okay, Jovan wants to know, how can I register for orientation? My computer crashed the day of the deadline and I would still like to attend.
Contact orientation, and actually their information is on the website. If you go to any CSUMB website, type in orientation, there's a phone number that you can call.
Yep. And our email is orientation@csumb.edu as well.
You're so good, Meg.
Yes, thank you.
You're very helpful.
Carrie wanted to let us know that she added a picture on her profile because she was publicly shamed. So
yes,
thank you, Carrie.
Public shaming does work for advisors anyway.
Very effective.
Thank you, Carrie. And now anybody whose business A through L can see who their advisor is.
That's right.
Yes.
Or hospitality.
Aurora is asking, are the CBEST and CSETS tests graduation requirements? And I think I'm going to, if you are a liberal studies major, Aurora, then I'm going to refer you to your academic advisor, Erica Miguel, to ask about those tests and ask about major requirements for your major if your major is liberal studies. If you are another major but want to be a teacher, then just get in touch with your academic advisor to check in on major requirements, and they will also be, they should have already been emailing you, but like we've been saying, we'll email you again to your CSUMB email account once that's open, and you will get to know us through there first, and then hopefully meet us at orientation. All right, from Marina, does tuition need to be paid in full before classes start? How does that work? Again, financial aid?
Well, so there's a deadline for payment. And I believe it is beginning of August. I want to say August 1st. Don't quote me on that. We'd have to look that up. But there is a deadline for tuition payment, or they will, not to freak you all out, they will drop you out of classes. So you definitely want to make sure, again, you're paying attention to your CSUMB email, because you'll be sent emails about it. So
yeah, the
tuition.
Financial aid office in terms of like how much is payment due, and if everything's due, or can you do a payment plan? You can ask all those questions to financial aid as well. Or the campus service center as well.
So we're on the website for 2018-2019 tuition fees and deadlines. Here we go. Credits. All kinds of helpful information.
I hope you're all speed reading this right now.
Oh, deadlines. Hello. Okay, fall. August 1st is the
last
day to pay
I'm buying a lotto ticket.
Yeah, so August 1st. So the only thing, the caveat to kind of keep in mind, so if you do have financial aid, usually that isn't dispersed by August 1st. So they'll put kind of like a hold on your account saying that you're okay and that you don't have to meet that deadline. So again, that's something that you can definitely check in with financial aid. But if you are paying for your courses out of pocket, then the deadline is August 1st. So make sure you check in with our campus service center so you can set up a payment plan or make sure that those fees are paid for.
Excellent.
Great question.
Fabulous. We have a few more questions. We have about 5 more minutes, and hopefully we're going to finish up these last few questions.
We got this. We got this.
Oh, yeah, you do. Hello, I am a transfer student and a major in psychology.
Oh, welcome.
June 1st is when we can put classes in our shopping cart. What does that mean?
So I have already started sending out some emails to all my psych peeps out there. And what that means is that you can start putting classes in your cart that you think that you want to take. For instance, if you're a transfer student, I'm going to tell you to take Psych 300. It's careers in psychology. It's a great way to get started in the major and try and figure out what it is that you want to do. So that's what it means. You can start putting classes in there that you want to take. And you can load several classes in there so that you have backups. But I'm going to be sending out videos on how to do it and with some more suggestions on classes to take. If you did not get an email from me already, check your spam because I've already sent out 2.
Yeah, so think of registration like online shopping.
Like Amazon.
Like Amazon. You're going to put a bunch of classes in your shopping cart. They're going to hang out there until you're officially able to register, which are the dates that we mentioned earlier. June 13th for transfer students that have attended orientation, freshmen June 20th that have attended orientation, and then everybody who hasn't attended orientation will be able to register on June 22nd. So you can start putting the classes into your shopping cart. They'll wait there, and then you'll actually be able to register on those dates that we mentioned. One thing to kind of keep in mind, and we'll probably go into this a little more detail in one of our other live streams, but just because they're in your shopping cart does not hold your place in the class. So a lot of students sometimes think that that is the case, but it doesn't hold your space. So it's just in there. Hopefully the class will stay open. So you want to make sure you have some backups just in case they do fill up.
Fabulous point.
Yes.
Okay. Seth is wondering, when we see an advisor this summer, where are they located and where do we park and pay?
Excellent. Well, we are located in the Tanamura and Antle Library on the 3rd floor, the quiet floor. And parking, right now, parking is good. You can park right outside. There's some metered parking. If you don't have a parking pass yet, you can buy one from one of the meters. And there's several parking lots that are right around our office. So yeah, for right now, it's good.
If you go, again, onto the website, this is so helpful. You can go under Maps at the bottom, and they actually have a parking map. Or parking mat.
Yay.
So it'll show you all the different parking lots that you can actually park in. There are, oh, it's very interesting. Anyways, you can take a look at it. There's different lots listed here by number, and you can register, or you can park in any of those places. We're right here in building 508. Our science advisors are actually in the science building right across the way here, and there's a parking lot right there. So if you're a science student, then you have it made. But
the best lots probably to park in are 71 and 59. Just, I mean, for the regular semester too.
Yep.
And it's a straight shot to walk here.
All right, I am gonna just quickly address Jonathan's last question, then we got one more question. Jonathan, Christy will be emailing you soon with more guidance on class selection. He was just wondering about taking classes and what to take as a upper division student. You'll be hearing more from Christy about that, so be sure to
check your spam, because I've already actually sent out 2 emails with classes too, so check your spam.
All right. And then Benjamin, last question. Is it too soon to make academic advising appointments before attending orientation?
It is a little soon. We don't have all of your information in our system just yet. So like Chrissy mentioned earlier, it's usually a good idea to wait until after registration, after you've already gotten into your classes, so we can do a whole learning plan. We can talk about all the requirements for the major and things like that. If you really have like urgent questions, or you're feeling a little like you need a little more guidance, definitely email your advisor and we can help you out over email. If it takes a little more, we could probably set up like a phone conversation or something. But yeah, it's a little early for meeting in person, but if you really need to, or you feel like you have a lot of questions, definitely start with an email.
It's not that we don't want to see them.
Exactly. Just want to make sure that we're helpful for you. If you make your way here and you pay for parking and everything, we want to make it a good use of your time.
And there's no food truck, so they can't eat.
Exactly.
You all did a fabulous job today. Thank you so much for answering all of these questions. And thank you everyone who's watching for submitting such great questions. We're really excited to meet you and to have you start here at CSUMB. So I'm super excited about how active you were today in our chat and our questions submission.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Meg.
So just a few more announcements before we wrap up. We're going to be offering more live streams. This is just the first one of, I believe, 7 we're doing this summer and then over the next couple of weeks. Our next one is tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and you'll be able to meet 2 other academic advisors who work in our office tomorrow. And that's at 2 p.m. I think I already said that. But we'll also be offering call-in hours next week for any of those last-minute questions you have before orientation. And also we'll be offering some open labs too, which the open labs are here really there to help local students who live around the area. They're not required, but if you need to stop by to ask some questions about our website, registration, things like that, and meet some advisors in person. Those are what those open labs are for. And all those dates and times for the open labs, call-in hours, the rest of our live streams, those are all on our website, which our website is linked below in this YouTube page. And yeah, so just check your emails. So we'll be continuing to email you this week with more specific information and guidance on course selection and other important information for new students to know. Thank you again, everyone, for hanging out with us and submitting your questions. We're getting a lot of thank yous. And, oh, great, Aurora's a new biology transfer. I can't wait to meet you too, Aurora. So thank you again, and have a great day. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.